And welcome back again, Crypto Hulk. I was just looking through the top chat here to see who showed up first. Crypto X Man, Trivial, and MC Prosperity. Those are the first three. Yes, I'm just kind of looking through. Okay, what we got here? Jeff, welcome to the members video live stream. Jeff Kubish. And there's Andy Arbai. Eric Goldsmith. G.O. Uncle Bam Bam is here. Hello to Spain. No FOMO desde 1973. Let's see what else we got here. Michael Monteclair. Thanks for that donation there, buddy. 1970 legend. Sharon Bowers is here. Chris Murrah. Jared's here. Alrighty. Let's see where we start this thing at. People still showing up. Cool. All right. We're not having no CBDC in America. I told you that a few days. I did a show on it, and I'm just like, the American Bankers Association, they're not having that dumb shit. And guess what? If you got money, you're running shit. That's how it works. All right. Here's the article. Congressional approval of digital dollar CBDC looks doubtful. Yesterday, congressional debate about a digital dollar CBDC did not divide along party lines. While all the Republican representatives seemed opposed to a central bank digital currency, it wasn't like that with the Democrats. A few Democrats. It said all the Republicans were opposed to a government-controlled bank, but only a few Democrats. Wow. In a congressional vote, a CBDC would struggle to get approval. Both the Federal Reserve and the Department of Justice stated previously that a retail CBDC needs congressional backing. It says here, there is no support for a CBDC in Congress except from those on the fringes, meaning you got some Democrat, actually a lot of these Democrats or whatever, it said all the Republicans are against it. So we're talking about there's Democrats that still want to have this thing. Call up your elected leaders if you're a Democrat and tell them to get with the fucking program. Just reading the article. That's all I'm doing, of course. Let's see. Hence, one could easily assume Representative Hill's statement was hyperbole, and perhaps it was little because some Democrats, just reading the article, are keen to explore the possibility of a CBDC. One proposal put forward on the Democrat side was eCash, a system for federal electronic cards that address privacy and could target financial inclusion. What else? This word inclusion. Fuck that word. That's so fucking communist. This was one example that privacy concerns were entirely bipartisan. Worries about government control were largely Republican. But the potential impact of a CBDC on fractional banking seemed the reason that at least two Democrats, at least we got two, that are forcefully against a CBDC. Okay, then. At least we know who's trying to push the communists in this agenda of country we have here. If the answer is if we don't do it, then the Chinese will, it sounds to me like have at it. Another Democrat, here we go again. My favorite, Congressman Sherman, was concerned about the government control. Yeah, he wants more of it. While Republicans worried about stopping people from buying guns, Sherman was apprehensive about blocking Planned Parenthood from accessing its bank account. It's almost as if to Republicans, the right to bear arms is very important, but to Democrats, the right for places that kill babies, for them to have access to money. Oh, very interesting. um, the Fed is really bad at retail. I'll agree with that. I'm concerned about the effect this is going to have on the deposits at regional banks, at credit unions. What the problem is is a CBDC is going to kill banking in this country, and eliminate choice. So, for instance, right now, you have all these private banks competing for your business, and there's credit unions and all kinds of things. When the government gets into, let's say, the banking industry, it goes to like China, Russia, where you get like one bank, one this, one that. It's all run by the government, and that's not what I want. If I already said the other day, if I had to pick the lesser of two evils, either have our federal government as the bank or allow the banking system we have now, which is private, I'd rather go private. I don't trust my government. The people we got working for them, our government right now is sick and demented and twisted and crooked and evil, Dr. Evil. At least with the bank, if I don't like Wells Fargo, I'm going to hop over to a credit union or something or whatever. There are some good banks, but if you got one choice, like think about why the fuck would you just want to be like a China or Russia and have like one choice, where the government runs everything. Hey, this is a whole nother discussion. But I'm glad we're not going to have it because it's my channel and I can kick you off anytime I want. So that's what's going on is our government officials right now are saying no go, no bueno to the CBDC. Now, where are we going to see a CBDC pop up? Well, in those countries that are restrictive, like Singapore, Thailand type government, anything that's really close to China, Vietnam, these kind of countries, North Korea, Cuba, Russia, countries that have a lot of restrictions on their people, you'll see the CBDCs running wild, okay? That's what the government wants in those countries is total domination of the poor, the poor, the poor. Robert Driscoll did a retest. Robert Driscoll, I appreciate that. Robert Driscoll went down to the money button. He pushed that. It's kind of like an emergency alert test to make sure you're ready. That button down there, you push that, you register it, and you'll be in a very good position if something bad were to happen. MC Prosperity. Good morning, Hulk, on this fine Saturday morning. Test button works. See, that's what's going on is people are utilizing the test button, which is really appreciated. And it's for your safety, of course. Stephen Morris, when we get rich, be by I'll be by fractional pieces of the infamous Hulk sofa. Eric Goldsmith is like, test. He's testing it. Those are positive tests. And then Chad 4754 did a very positive test there. Appreciate it. Let's go. Oh, central banks. Somebody sent me this one. I forgot who it was. If you want to know all the central banks in the world and where they are as far as testing CBDCs and stuff, Bill Quackenbush, thank you for testing the money button, also known as the emergency alert button. So, with that link that I just sent you, just really briefly, if you scroll down, you'll see a picture of the whole globe. And then on the left side, there's who launched, like what countries launched a CBDC or piloting them or in the development phase or just researching or inactive, which ones canceled a CBDC. There's like, I'm looking at one, no, there's like two countries I think that canceled, and that would be Senegal and Ecuador. But anyhow, it's a really cool map. Look at it later. Of course, I know everybody's looking through it now, just like me. Well, okay. Another cool thing this has, and I'm glad somebody sent this to me. You have a cross-border CB. So you go Project M Bridge, Project Dunbar, all that shit's right here. Project Ball Breaker. I mean Icebreaker. I was thinking of the last wife. Project Mariana, Project Jura, Project Rosalind, all these. If you're interested, it breaks it down in like a short little paragraph. This is good for new people, but it's also good for veterans, veterans of the channel, and veterans in general, United States military, Army, myself here. You can go through all these projects briefly and see where they've what they're for, what country. It's just it summarizes it real nice. Okay. So it's a really good website actually. It's kind of competing for my attention to the show. So I got to get back on focus here. So yesterday I did a show when I first heard about our government. They're going to look into CBDCs. Mr. Pavalava, thank you for that donation to the channel. Appreciate that. But what we got here is a link for my show. Listen to like the first 15 seconds. In the first 5 seconds, I tell you that the American Banking Association doesn't want CBDCs. Right about the 30-second mark of that 57-second clip, it starts talking about how the bankers of America, um, they're not going to have a CBDC. It's going to put them out of business. That's not going to work. Because the way that the real world works is the people with money run shit. Okay. Well, last time I checked, money is in banks. So, or they have control of all the money. So they're going to tell the Congress people what to do. So now in those countries where the government's running shit, see, in our country, we have people with the money pretty much bribe and tell everybody what to do. I think it's the same in the communist countries. I don't know. But that's how it's going down in America. No CBDC, at least at this point. Now, here's how it's going to go down more in America in some ways. Let me show you this article here. One of the biggest banks of the world. No big deal, right? Eric M. gave somebody a membership, and that's Cheryl Wheeling. Welcome to the program. You got about a month. Joey Fat Toes, thanks as always. Here's a late fee. Thanks for hitting that emergency alert test button at the bottom there, Joey. So there's your article there. HSBC. Let's Let's look here. HSBC, one of the biggest money movers in the world. We got a Citibank article. Okay, look, when I started the show years ago, I said there's three little pigs moving all the money in the world, predominantly all of it. JP Morgan, Chase, Citibank, and HSBC. Those three. I've been telling you this for years. And until all of them are on board with Ripple, ain't a fucking thing gonna happen. Well, we got JP Morgan, one of the three, JP Morgan and the Al Farhad Exchange in the Middle East. They're working together. The Al Farhad Exchange is a Ripple partner. So in essence, JP Morgan is moving money around the world now with via Ripple. Okay. Next, Citibank. We know they're a Ripple partner. I'm gonna show you here later. But Citibank's doing big things. I don't want to spoil the rest of the show. Spoiler alert. But let's go with this article. And of course, all of my points will be proven here with evidence. I'll get to that in a minute. So, HSBC, one of the biggest money movers in the world out of about three, they're going to start an electronic Hong Kong dollar. It's a retail CBDC payments trial. Okay. HSBC Hong Kong is one of the 16 participants in the Hong Kong Monetary Authority's central bank digital currency pilots. Tomorrow it starts, which is today. An HSBC electronic Hong Kong dollar with the Hong Kong UST Business School students and staff. What are some things that are going through your head, Crypto Hawk? One, why is none of this going on in America? Like, I'm just letting you know, like, okay, so now I'm going to start doing some of my opinion. It appears to Crypto Hawk and the rest of you that there's certain places where this crypto's taken off from first. I don't know the reason of it. I know that there is a very concerted effort to keep the United States out of crypto for the longest time. Either, I know there's a power shift. I believe the United States has had a lot of power in the world, and some of the rich families of the world are like, hey, United States, time for you to kind of slow it down. We need to spread out this power a little bit, or whatever it is. There's a concerted effort to do these things. One, for some reason, the power brokers want Hong Kong, China, Japan, Thailand, Vietnam, this whole Asia area. It appears that the power is going there, and America is purposely like ignoring it. It's very interesting. We have a gazillion laws on everything except crypto. You notice this? I notice it all the time. For 3 years, I've noticed it. But let's continue with the article. HSBC. So what they're going to do is they're going to have a pilot. They're giving students at this college and parents programmable money. Let's continue. The banks will use distributed ledger technology. I wonder what distributed crypto they're going to use. I wonder what ledger, XRP ledger. I wonder what ledger. I wonder what ledger they're going to use. But let's move on and I'll prove to you which one. They're going to simulate programmable money. Oh, no bueno. And instant settlement. Oh, that must be, well, Ripple. Instant settlement for retail payments. Around 200 participants will receive, 200 people only now. Don't go crazy now. They're going to receive hypothetical and electronic Hong Kong dollar. They have to spend that within a week. They have less than a week at 5 campus merchants, such as cafes. They can also receive rewards as a digital token. I'm not digging the programmable money shit. Like, it's fucked up. But see, it fits. See, it fits in these countries that are like communist, socialist, very whatever. That's why it's starting off there. The findings will help validate the effectiveness of a digital currency in retail, public wide type scenarios. Given the richness of the payment ecosystem in Hong Kong, it plans to publish the results next quarter. So we got January, February, March is one, April, May, June, July, August, September. Then October, November, December would be the final quarter where they're going to publish these results. It says just over half of the respondents would use the CBDC. You know, in these countries, the government controls them anyway. So these people are already like robots. America's almost there. Um, they're turning everybody's brain to mush in America. And if you have any other opinion besides what the schools say and what the communists say on the news and stuff, then you're considered bad. So much for free speech. But that's kind of how it's going in America down a very, very bad road. They talk about the regulated liability network, which is all Ripple. We're going to get into all the proof right now. So we're talking about Hong Kong Monetary Authority doing this test with the banks, HSBC, because they're having an Hong Kong dollar. So let's look at who's a partner with Hong Kong's government. Dustin Poole. Oh, wait, hold on now. Robert Driscoll. Now, hold on, I got to back it up. Back it up. Robert Driscoll gave somebody a membership, and that's Rarefied Tennis. Ragnar Nystrom, they are using Ethereum. Oh, of course. Damn it, Ethereum. How could I have not known that? Son of a bitch. Been watching for a few months. Enjoy your show. XLM has low development and no real for-profit company. XDC has R3, but they are laying off lots of people. Nobody can hang with XRP Ripple patents. Okay, now, Dustin. Now. The whole world's going to run on the 3Xs. Don't look, I'm telling you something. They hide so much shit. My favorite Pinocchio. Dustin, let me tell you something. I don't know, like a tenth of what these fuckers are doing, okay? Because they have all the advantages. They own Congress people. You've got 5 families of the world running shit. You've got Ripple in countries no other channel knows. I mean, I only know about the 2013, 14, maybe 15 Ripple partners. Okay. Well, it's a lot of years past then, buddy. But even nowadays, like they've got all these partnerships, they do shit, they complete stuff, and they stop and hold. Don't go, you cannot judge I can't judge anything. Because they do all this sneaky underhanded stuff and they're hiding all these things and you don't know. Oh, like I just did a video where the guy that's like, I'm not a financial advisor, okay? He had no clue. He's talking all this trash about Israel not doing nothing with crypto. He had no clue, and I had to show him what time it was, but he had no clue knowing that Israel has been with Ripple for 10 years. He's just like, Israel isn't doing anything with crypto and da-da-da. I'm like, wow, this guy. So even he doesn't know. And he's got, excuse me, he's got like 200,000 followers. He claims he's been studying crypto for 5, 6, 7 years. Even he had no clue that Israel was a Ripple partner. He had no fucking clue at all. So he's on the show talking about, Israel, they aren't even there and they're not doing. See, he has no idea. That's why we had to help him understand. But my point is not to berate other people, but it's just there's a lot of things, man, that we just can't see. So whether R3 lays off a third of the people today, who the fuck knows what happens next week? Maybe they hire 5,000 next week. So it doesn't matter. Like, you can't look at a crypto price today. Stop. We have to stop looking at right now in broad. That's what my channel does. We brought it. We take it back 10 years. Okay. We try to see what has been going on. Who's been doing what for the past 10 years? We can't always predict the future. We discover what we can about the past because we don't know everything about the past. They hide so much stuff. I mean, I like to know. I don't have the Ripple partner list for 2017, 18, 19. All I got is 13, 14, 15ish, and that's about it. So I have a window where I can see back 10 years ago who Ripple was partnering up with. It was pretty amazing. The national, not going to say security, not going to say agency, was a Ripple partner from day one. I was shocked when I found that out, along with the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. So when you hear that kind of stuff from 10 years ago, Ripple's been dealing with day one with the Federal Bank of New York, Federal Reserve. It's like, whoa. Other channels have no clue on that, except our channel. But that's what I'm trying to bring to you as value. When you get a membership, you realize things no other channel has. And then when we see, oh, the Federal Reserve Bank in New York is doing some kind of faster payments, and you're like, what did you just say? Federal Bank in New York? Oh, shit, that's a Ripple partner. I learned that on Crypto Hawk. Bam, no other channel teaches you that. So then these people say, oh, well, faster payments has nothing to do with Ripple. Then you come back with, well, dumbass, according to Crypto Hawk's channel, we saw the membership. We saw a web page from 2013 with the, Federal Reserve Bank of New York on a Ripple web page as a team player. And they're like, oh, shit, that Crypto Hawk, damn it. He keeps coming up with all that deep divey shit. Yeah, buddy. It's how we roll. So we see this article here I just showed you. Ripple and Fubon Bank. They're going to showcase real estate. This is so huge. Real estate asset tokenization use case as a part of the Hong Kong Monetary Authority's electronic Hong Kong dollar. I'm not getting into the article. I'm just going to tell you. I'm going to briefly just summarize it for you. Everything is going on to be tokenized on the XRP ledger. That will bring the price, when it finally gets to $5 quadrillion, XRP, because everything in the world is worth about 5 quadrillion. Hypothetically, if we tokenize everything in the world, we'll have $5 quadrillion on the XRP ledger. That'll get the price to at least like 50 G's. All right. So everything's got to be tokenized. So again, Crypto Hulk, how do we get rich? Number one, global crypto regulations. I've only been saying this for, I don't know, maybe a year now or so. I've only been saying this like maybe every show or every other show. I don't care if the price is today, tomorrow, next week, next month, 3 months from now. This shit doesn't concern me. What concerns me is global crypto regulations. Then number two, global crypto tokenization. You have to tokenize everything in the world. It doesn't need to be done right away, but I'm saying as more and more real world things, like here's a case where Ripple is working with a government. No, can you name a crypto that's working with a government? Actually, is Ethereum doing that? No, it's not. So you have a government, Hong Kong, working with San Francisco-based private company, and I use that term very loosely because we all know it's the government. It's called Ripple, a company called Ripple, and they're tokenizing real estate. They're putting real estate on the ledger, okay? And now whether it's tokenized in a Hong Kong dollar, it'll all be put on a ledger. And if it's put on their own platform, like a regulated liability network, guess what? That layers on top of what? The XRP ledger. Bam. So directly, indirectly, everything's getting put on the ledger. The ledger. So if they're going to use our 3/4 platform, let's say exchanges, like the Six Digital Exchange, London's doing this, all the exchanges will be using R3, and they could have their own platform. That's great. But guess what? Guess what platform they're going to get put on? The XRP ledger. Boom. All of it goes down. It's the base. Everything goes on a ledger. It can be on 3, 10, 50 other platforms, base layered, on top of the base layer. Guess what? Everything eventually is on top of the XRP layer. It's like the bottom floor of the building. The rest of the skyscraper could be 100 stories tall. Guess what? It's all on the base layer of the building. So there you have it. Hong Kong's all about Ripple. It's on the Ripple page press release. Ripple's working with the Hong Kong government, not Ethereum. Just thought I'd put that out there. Now, have they tested Ethereum? Absolutely. And they've also tested a bunch of other cryptos they're not going to use. Copy and paste. Well, what do we have here? We have a Hong Kong Monetary Authority proof of concept talking about an electronic Hong Kong dollar 17-page report, a collaboration of Ripple and who? The government of Hong Kong. I don't see anything like that with Ethereum. Sorry. Fucking losers. Alrighty. Next, about this one. Ripple to demonstrate tokenization in the Hong Kong Monetary Authority Electronic Hong Kong Pilot Program. This article is basically the other one. I just wanted to show you a different news outlet, which is what, Cointelegraph. Okay, so here you have Cointelegraph telling us the same thing. Ripple will participate in the Hong Kong Monetary Authority, blah, blah, blah. Then they got the Fubon Bank. I just showed you the 17-page report where Ripple and the Hong Kong government work together, of course. That's your first article. And let me check the comments. We'll go to the next article. Swift finished testing XRP on the 13th of this month. Okay. Rafael Ramos, how do you equate $5 quadrillion to? You take $5 quadrillion, you divide it by the circulating supply of XRP. Well, first off, I had everybody on my show look up what is the value of everything in the world. You go to Google for that, and there's different numbers, 3.78 quadrillion. We came out with a middle of the road number, 5 quadrillion. Then you take circulating supply of XRP, 50 billion, divided by that, and you get your 50,000. There you go. There you have it. That's provided everything in the world gets tokenized. And if we're only at 5 or 10%, then we're at $10,000 XRP right now, let's say, or maybe 5,000. You know, something kind of like that. Actually, 2,500 to 5,000. If you're at a 10% tokenization globally, then you're at $5,000 XRP at a 10% tokenization rate. And if you're at 5%, then you're at $2,500 in XRP. At this point, I'll take any of it. Alrighty then. Now, if we're at a 1%, then I don't know, that puts us at a $500 to a $1,000 XRP. Still better than where we're at now. All right, Citibank. Now, remember, Three Little Pigs who move all the money in the world. Three Little Pigs, Citibank, JP Morgan, HSBC. We just did an article on HSBC working with the government of Hong Kong. Now we're going to go to the second of Three Little Pigs, Citibank. So let me copy and paste this again. Hold on a second. Okay, BCA2, you will be reported as harassment because you're a loser. Bye-bye. See how it works? So you can leave your comments that are negative. That's great, because every time you do it, if I can catch you, you'll be reported as harassment. I don't need you on this channel. You're useless, okay? Nobody cares what you have to think. How about starting your own show instead of being a loser, leaving your stupid little comments? Because you know no one's going to watch your show. And then a guy named Senior, your stupid ass is blocked and reported for harassment because you're a cocksucker, and I don't want everybody to know that. Oops, sorry to put yourself out there. Sorry to get you out of the closet for sucking dick, Senior, but you fucked up. You mess with a bull, you get the horns there, loser. Next, let's see if there's any other dumbasses. That's all I'm gonna do. I don't need to talk to these people. I just report them for harassment. And then you can deal with YouTube on this shit. I'm not dealing with you. You're way too below me for me to have to deal with you. I have a show. It's for information, not conversation with dumbasses. Okay, so here we got Citibank, and they're going to provide digital custody for Bondo blocks. Look at the X here. Isn't that interesting? Well, there's two things that's very interesting. Number one, you got one of the top 3 money movers in the world, Citibank. That's interesting. Number 2, they're going to be providing digital custody or crypto custody. That's 2. Number 3, Bondo blocks with an X. What's the deal with that? We got 3 things just in the title that is very suspect. Okay. Today, Citibank. Oh, Citibank's a Ripple partner indirectly, by the way. Citibank is using Ripple technology. I'll show the proof on that here in just a minute. Citi Securities. Oh. Now, when we start talking securities, we're talking R3 core to platform. See how they're all intertwined? Like a nice, big, happy family. I love you. You love me. I don't know the rest of that Barney song, but you know what I'm saying in a hug from me to you. Okay, Crypto Hulk, I think you're through. All right. The Singapore regulated exchange, here we go, uses digital ledger technology to offer fractional bonds. Bond blocks. There's that thing. See the X thing? I'm just letting you know, you guys. Man, we're so paid. But I'm waiting for the paycheck. I will wait for this fucking paycheck. That's all I can do, right? Bond blocks enables accredited, well, that's not us. You have to go to another channel for that. And professional investors, well, I think I'm a professional, to buy as little as $1,000 in digital bonds. It does so. Okay, so we're getting into the bond trading market. I'm not going to get into that. Some of these people can be dropping $200,000. You know, they invest in some bond markets and they get paid a little bit overnight. And some people have 200,000 to invest in that. I don't have that much this week, but most weeks I do. I'll usually float a bond a few days a week for a couple $100,000. Not a big deal. At first, we were confused because Citibank announced it would be Bond Blocks custodian. Now, look, this is like, we're seeing something really massive right here because now Citibank is all up in this and they're providing custody. I didn't even know they liked crypto. They see how all this works? They're against all this stuff. As they join a Ripple partner, but they don't join Ripple directly, and that's fine. I mean, you can use Ripple. Like Ripple's open source, the ledger. You don't have to have a direct relationship with Ripple, but it's just interesting on how all the big whale banks, all roads lead back to Ripple. It's true. Now down to the bottom of the article, it says in boldface, Citi Digital Asset Custody. Most securities services groups are developing proprietary solutions, but many average third-party software. For example, Citi partnered with digital asset custody tech firm Medico. Oh, stop right there. Crypto Hulk, no, you didn't. What we got here, this starts getting deeper, the rabbit hole. You got Citibank who joined, let me just show you here, Volante. So here we go. You do a copy, paste, so you can kind of see what I'm looking at. So you can see what I'm working with, right? All right. Citibank, one of the three little pigs moving money all around the world. Citibank will get destroyed if they don't get in on this crypto and they don't get in at the top. See how it works? The three little pigs, the top banks of the world that are moving crypto, they know that crypto will either kill them or make them super rich, but they cannot continue to run the world. They're under limited time. If Citibank does not get, it's like, if they don't get with Ripple, they're fucking done. That's why Citibank, this article here, just in, now it's 2 years ago, just in, maybe a year and a half, Citibank extends partnership with Ripple-powered Volante. Now, Volante is a Ripple partner. They have something called VolPay. Citibank is using that. So basically, Citibank is using Ripple technology. Here we have in the article again, Ripple has partnered with crypto custody firm Metaco. I call it both. Depends on how I feel. If I feel like saying Metaco the right way, I'll say Metaco. If I feel like leaving a disparaging sound, then I'll call it Metaco. Ole mi canto. So recently, you've got, here's my case that Citibank is all up in Ripple, is that Citibank joins Volante. So now Citibank's using VolPay, which is Ripple. Then Citibank joins Metaco, which Ripple owns. Well, gee, Crypto Hulk, I still don't see specifically where it says. You know what specifically it says? Get the fuck off my channel because you're too fucking stupid to learn here, okay? So that's where all this Citibank gets all tied in with Ripple and their partners. We know it. Citibank is the world's fourth largest crypto custodian. Well, it says global custodian. Let's call it that. They're the fourth largest custodian. Citibank has almost $30 trillion in assets. If Citibank were to just pay off the national debt, we'd be debt free until Joe Biden would rack up another $30 trillion in the next 6 months. So either way, it wouldn't make sense to sell off Citibank. We'd just be in debt again. Now notice, it says here, meanwhile, Bond Blocks was first launched in 2020 and uses, here we go with Stellar. Here we go with Stellar. And uses the Hyperledger Sawtooth blockchain. Now, there's different Hyperledgers. I'm just going to say they're using Stellar because I want to. And things change. You know, they start off using this. We learned that in the Russian research report. Well, they'll start off using a primitive technology, and then they'll just kind of switch over without telling you to something else, okay? When I see Hyperledger, I think of this. Let me show you this link for brand new people. So the article's talking about Hyperledger. You can see it says Stellar. Oh, IBM partnership. If we scroll down, you see summary, overview. Then you see private networks via Hyperledger. You go to this second sentence, and what does it read? The Stellar Development Foundation joined the Hyperledger Foundation. Oh, damn, Crypto Hulk. So in this article here, we can see it says Hyperledger Sawtooth blockchain. I don't care if it's using some other one. Hyperledger's Hyperledger, and that's how we're going to choose to forcefully look at this shit, okay? Now, next, so we're dealing with, we got a lot of information here. Singapore, Citibank, keep focused here. Citibank we're dealing with, who's now working with Bondo blocks with a big X. Notice how the X at the end is a large X, like XRP. Then it's dealing with the Singapore Regulated Exchange. Now, let me copy paste this. Hold on. Right there. Now, TB gave a donation just because. Thank you, TB. Greatly appreciate that. Keith Williamson, member for 13 months. No other channel provides the raw truth or lie. It's strictly lies on this show and scammy products. All the lies, the truth you do. Thank you for being you, truth to the core. Well, all of us are trying to struggle. I'm not a millionaire like these other channels. See, these other channels, they're millionaires, all right? And they can all promote certain accredited investor products where you need to have a minimum of 10,000 just to buy it. But then you have to have a net worth of $1 million. Like, this channel's not that, okay? This channel's for people living on planet Uranus. Yes, that's another lie. Let me look at what we got here. So here's a Ripple partner. Is going to work. Now, this is an older article from 3 years ago. You have the Monetary Authority of Singapore. This article we're reading for this particular section is Citibank in Singapore. Citibank, we know, is all the way tied to Ripple. Well, looky here. Ripple partner, the Monetary Authority of Singapore. Notice how a country is a Ripple partner. And they're going to launch a price FX, which is foreign exchange, with BNY Mellon, America's oldest bank. BNY Mellon linked in with Ripple and Singapore Exchange. Okay. The evidence just never stops with this whole Citibank thing. Here's another article on Citibank. Okay. Remember, Citibank's one of the three little pigs, and if they're not involved in running shit, ain't a fucking thing gonna happen. JP Morgan, Citibank, HSBC. All three of those have to be fully integrated into Ripple, or we're not gonna see a moon. Okay? These three, you gotta focus. I've been telling you this for 3 fucking years. The three little pigs. Okay? If they're not in it, you ain't getting rich. Hold on, I have to block somebody for harassment. There you go. Let's look at this one. This article is about 2 years ago. Citibank's big idea. Central commercial banks use a shared ledger. Now think about this. Citibank has been a money mover, one of the top 3 money movers all around. They make their money off cross-border. Citibank makes most of their money on cross-border payments. The cryptos that we're talking about, the 3X cryptos, will destroy Citibank, JP Morgan, and HSBC. Unless they adapt, they will die. That's what Monica Long just said at a Ripple conference a couple weeks ago. Ripple's getting brave now. They're telling people, if you don't adapt to this crypto, you will die. And I'm like, damn, that's what I'm talking about. Let's get like that, man. Let's bring this shit on. Either shit or get off the pot. If you can't take the heat, get your ass out the kitchen. And other colorful phrases that I use. During today's Corticon Enterprise Blockchain Conference, Tony McLaughlin from Citibank said the regulated sector should collaborate to fight the digital format war. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to see this. The big banks of the world, they know their days are over. It says Citibank is telling the big banks, we need to kind of get together or this crypto thing is going to destroy us. Okay. Citibank suggested that the central banks, the commercial banks, and the e-money providers consider using a shared ledger. Are you hearing this? A shared ledger. The regulated liability network to enable tokenized money and other assets. Everybody listen up, because this is where it's going. This is the future. I'm telling you the future. I've already hopped in a rocket ship that travels at the speed of light faster. I've traveled forward and I've came back to tell you the regulated liability network is this permission system that's being spearheaded by Citibank. Notice one of the three little pigs. And there's this regulated liability network, which I'm going to tell you what is built secretly by Ripple. That's on the DL. And that's my own opinion. And I know that I'm right. And I'm sticking to it. And if not by Ripple directly, then they shot a couple people over there on the DL to help Citibank advisors and scientists get this shit done. Okay. It probably was done on some kind of a private contractor kind of a deal and not an official Ripple, hey, let's help you out, right? But it was done by Ripple. So what we got is a platform made by Ripple, and it's shared by all the top banks. You will see JP Morgan, HSBC, Citibank on that regulated liability network. You watch. I'm just letting you know. And all the top banks of the world, they're going to have their own little, I don't want to say walled garden, but they're going to have their own little private blockchain kind of Ripple deal going on. It's called Regulated Liability Network, and they're going to tokenize money and other assets, okay? That's the future and how it's going down. The concept involves creating a blockchain with tiers, like different levels, and partitions, meaning walls, on which central banks perform the same current role dealing with commercial banks. On the same ledger, commercial banks and e-money providers perform similar activities as they do now. They're not going to be on the ledger we're going to be on. I'm just letting you know. They're going to have, again, a permissioned ledger built on the XRP ledger, and it's all going to be interoperable. These little private, this big private ledger that they're going to be on, all these top banks are going to be using it. It's going to be private, so we can't see. It just told us they're going to tokenize money and other assets. Are you understanding? There already is a private network called the Regulated Liability Network. It has a preponderance of Ripple partners on it, like 80%, 90% of Ripple partners. In my opinion, it's built by Ripple, XLM, and XDC. All these technologies will be put together in this regulated. It's private, and they're going to tokenize stuff, and we're not going to see the true value of it until it's probably too late. But we're with tiers and partitions. You are not going to see shit. What are they going to do on this? Banking like they do right now. And what else, Crypto Hulk? They're going to tokenize money and other, what are the other assets? Every fucking thing on the planet pretty much sums it up, okay? That's what's going to happen. You will not see the value of the XRP because you're not going to see their private ledger. I don't know how all the stuff works out with us. I don't have all the answers. All I have is what I'm showing you here, which is proof, all right? If I had all the answers, I wouldn't be sitting on my ass on the floor in front of a glass table, in front of a couch. I'd be like on a 30th floor of some luxury sky-high building, broadcasting from there. All right. I know just enough to get us rich. I don't have all the answers. I'm showing you the future right now and how the shit's going down. Let me see. The article then talks about, again, Monetary Authority of Singapore talking with Settle hired a Ripple executive. All the stuff's linked together, right? And I think that'll be all. I think that's all. Oh, lastly, let's finish this off. Mark Cuban loses like almost $1 billion in crypto. Well, let me see. Let me shoot you the article. Let's end on a positive note. Mark Cuban, huh? He loses $860,000. Talk about the biggest loser, right? You guys, look. Mark Cuban confirmed he lost approximately $870,000. Dude, look, I don't care how rich whatever these people are, they're fucking stupid. All right? You guys know more than he does. This guy knows this much about crypto, and he's on all these TV shows. Dude, he's not an advisor. This guy just lost like $1 billion. He's a fucking loser. Okay. Mark Cuban lost this much targeting in a hack. This hack targeted 10 assets. MetaMask. See, look, I don't stake. I don't fuck with Ethereum. I don't fuck with ERC20. I don't put my shit on exchanges. If you guys copy me, I haven't lost a fucking thing. Security concerns arise in the crypto community. For the past 3 years, no other channel has told you to get your stuff off exchanges, get a hardware wallet. I was doing that shit like for years, telling people to do that. Billionaire, entrepreneur, and owner of the Dallas Mavericks found himself at the center of a cyber attack. He should have been watching Crypto Hulk show for real. That dude's already been hacked before. He lost major millions and millions before that. I haven't lost a fucking thing, actually. He lost Ethereum. You know what? Look, I'll tell you what. On my channel, we don't do anything except buy the right 3 cryptos, hardware wallet, Faraday bag, sit on your fucking hands. That's all you gotta do. See, Mark Cuban's trying to do too much. He doesn't know enough, and he's trying to do too much. He's using Etherscan wallet. What a fucking retard. He has a digital wallet. Check this out. And it's called Mark Cuban 2. Let's just advertise that shit so everybody can rip your fucking ass. On the Blockchain Explorer Etherscan. Look, I'm going to tell you what. Almost every single hack involves Ethereum. Didn't I just go over this the other day? I did a show on Ethereum and how it's what do you call it, hashing, or I did some kind of program. I could look it up now. Let's fucking do it. See, if Mark Cuban would just watch my show, he would have saved himself $1 billion. Let me look under videos that I've done. Okay. So one of them is Ethereum, one I just did yesterday. Ethereum founder afraid to get kicked out of Hong Kong because he knows Ethereum is shady as fuck. So trying to find my... Okay, warning. Ethereum still has major problems. I'm going to send a link to... I just did a show on this the other day. Mark Cuban's so fucking stupid. Let me show you right here. This shit's too fucking easy to learn. If he would just pay us $5 and watch my fucking show, I could have saved him all this money. See, it's not about how much money you pay for your show. You guys are paying $5. I'd appreciate if you find value instead of watching for like 3 years for free, pay $5 a month. All right. For God's sakes. So there's my show that I did. Ethereum used to be proof of work. Then they moved to proof of stake. Then it talks about in Germany, they want to use it and stake it, but there's too much, it's easily hacked. So then they got to get insurance because they know that it's easily hacked. Look, why even fuck with that shit in the first place? Okay. That's my whole point. I've already done shows on this about the Codius and how Ethereum's fucking garbage. You got Vitalik's putting his crypto on exchanges because he's ready to sell off. You got hacks going on. Mark Cuban gets Ethereum hacked. Like, haven't we had enough? It's pretty clear Ethereum is all kinds of fucked up, all right? Top auto detailing. Hulk is like the best history teacher. The subject matter is how we get rich. Historical articles are necessary to fully understand and to further clarify the message that the Hulk is sending out. God's work. Yes. I think I'll call it a wrap. Thank you for showing up. You just made an investment in your future. When you're rich and everybody else is fucking broke and tore up from the floor up, and you're driving around in what are you know, $150,000 Porsche SUV, besides the other 10 other cars in your garage, and you're in a mansion, you got a ton of money, and everyone's gonna be like, you know what they're gonna say? Oh, he just got lucky. He just got lucky. She just got lucky. She just happened to pick the right one. No, you're spending time. I'm spending time investing in you. I've already invested my shit. My shit's in a hard wallet. I'm cool, right? I'm not investing in me anymore. I bought all my crypto 3 years ago. I'm fucking done. When I make these shows, I invest in you. Do you fucking get it? Do I need to do all this research? I'm already set. I'm just waiting to be fucking rich, right? So when I do all these deep dives, I find all this information. I get sometimes 4 hours sleep, 5 if I'm lucky, and I do a show. I got to be up 5:15 a.m. Not today. I'm sleeping in for an extra hour, or actually 45 minutes extra. Woohoo! On a Saturday morning to get a show out at 7:30 a.m. Saturday morning. I'm investing in you. Okay, for all these people out there that are gonna get fucking destroyed, I have an open show. It's free. I rely on people to pay membership. So people like you that are new, that don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about, who you will, people that pay for memberships for other people and shit, people that give donations to me, I'll keep the show open so brand new people can learn how to be rich. I'm investing in you. That's how I don't need to teach myself a fucking thing, right? I'm trying to show so much evidence that a brand new person like, damn, this guy, he's got all this fucking information. And it's like he's just showing article after article, and he's going back and he's showing all the basics and how we are today is because of shit from 10 years ago. And it's going to be pretty clear that Crypto Hawk knows what's going on because he has evidence to back up every fucking thing. That's how I used to work in court. That's why I'd win like 95% of the cases I'm in. There's only one lawyer I could not win against. Okay, but that's just one. And she was pretty actually, and she was like buddy buddy with the governor. So that's the level that I'm at. Okay, if you're friends with the governor, you're going to be somebody who's pretty good at what you fucking do. Been through law schools and all that stuff. Okay, I can't compete with that. That's the level of my competition. All right, not these amateurs on these fucking social media sites. Gene Rainbow, thank you, Hulk. Gene, thanks for the donation. I greatly appreciate that. Pure Peace gave somebody a membership and it's XRP Outlaw D's Nuts. Oh, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant name there, buddy. Pure Peace is like, thanks for running a great channel, Hulk. I take pride in that, you know. when I make a show, I'm trying to show all these connections to you. I'm just not here to read off 10 to 15 minutes of news. We're here to fucking analyze this shit, try to figure out where we came from, where we at right now, where are things going, Crypto Hulk. I'm trying to give you as much of a history fucking channel, future channel as I can. It takes a lot of work, and it's a Saturday, so I got to get the hell out of here. I'll see y'all probably tomorrow, like 24, probably 36 hours from now. See ya.